and welcome back to the online learning course, Beard School, Week 4. It's nice to see so many of you back again. Thank you for joining me. My name is Martin Beard, and I will be your online beard lecturer today. Now, for those of you who joined us for last week's class, you will remember, of course, that we covered the goatee beard. And this week I thought we would change it up a bit and learn how to sculpt in facial hair a timeless classic that, if employed correctly, will serve you well into your mid to late 50s. I'm talking, of course, about the soul patch, which is a small tuft of hair between the lower lip and the base of the chin. Now, if you turn to page 4 in your textbooks, obviously we've got a little bit of history and information about the soul patch, which I'm going to read out for you now. The soul patch is also known as the moosh or the jazz dot. It's a small patch of facial hair just below the lower lip and above the chin. I will demonstrate that location for you again for anyone who was not paying attention. The birth of the soul patch. It came to prominence in the 1950s and 60s, when it was a style of facial hair common among African American men, most notably jazz men. That is, men who played jazz. It became popular with the Beat generation, artists, and those who frequented jazz clubs and moved in literary and artistic circles. Jazz trumpeters in particular preferred the goatee, which you will remember from last week, apparently for the comfort that it provided when using a trumpet mouthpiece. Jazz flute players who disliked the feel of the flute mouthpiece on a freshly shaven lower lip also sported the look. Right, that's enough history. On with the demonstration. As you can see, our demonstration subject this week has a full beard, so we've really got a lot to play with there. Just greet him, if you will. He'll give you a little wave. Beards can get terrifically itchy, so be sure to constantly moisturise. Today we will be using a 3-head electric razor to sculpt our facial masterpiece, and as you can see, it has an extendable attachment arm, which is good for getting in the nooks and crannies of the face and really sculpting a beard. This is a tool for getting even more definition on, usually we would use it for sideburns, but on this occasion we'll be just going around the shape of the beard, and some balm, which of course will prevent rashes. Post-shaving. Right, let's begin. We take our extendable arm from the electric razor. Make sure, of course, that your razors are charged. I don't want any incidents like 3 weeks ago. Yes, and if we begin to just lightly tease away at this sideburn area, and you can see we're already beginning to get fantastic results. Look at that hair just falling off, pure cheek shining through, absolutely lovely. Slow, steady movements, slow and steady. Be careful not to catch any of the hair in the razor and move away too quickly, because this can lead to broken skin and bleeding, which is not ideal. This is in fact the reason that, on principle, as a facial hair stylist, I favour the electric razor over more conventional wet shavers. And of course, if you are a wet shaver and you use lots of cream, you get the lovely big frothy beard of cream, it's very difficult to see with precision exactly what part of the face you're shaving. I remember once I had an incident in which I accidentally nicked my eyebrow because I couldn't see where I was going, and I've not used a wet shaver system since then. I just simply have not employed the wet shaving system since that time. Now, as you can see, we are beginning to get a bit of definition on the sideburns, and lots of people with sideburns will enjoy the great comfort that they bring. You can toy with them if you're bored in the pub, for instance, or on a warm summer day. They make excellent place to keep a plastic straw for any fizzy drinks that you might want to consume. It just kind of rests between the ear and the hair, and it stops it from slipping down. And of course, on winter's days, it's an added layer of warmth. So here we see we're just coming up under the chin, slow and steady movements. Be careful not to nick any moles or pimples that you might have. This gentleman, I can see, does have one mole under his chin on his lower neck there, and I think he's handled that with professional ease. So that's very good. And you can see there the neck burn. We can just simply remove that now. Very nice, very nice. And there, the traditional sideburn, tapered and ending in a flat line. And on the other side, of course, slow and steady. Very nice. We'll just let him finish up there, catching any loose and stray hairs that may have escaped the wrath of the blade. There, and if you just like to remind yourselves that constant tapping out of trapped hair is a necessity when using electric razors. And there we have a lovely goatee now starting to form. And this is where we got up to last week. But if you go one step further, yes, of course, hook any of your head hair over your ears if your hair is long enough, so as not to accidentally move into hairdressing, which of course is not what this course specialises in. That's a different course. You'll have to register again with a different tutor if you want to get into hairdressing school. This is beard school. Here we go. Classic moves. Absolutely standard textbook stuff. Lovely shaving technique there. Just pinching the ear out of shape. And there we have it. Lovely. Now as we begin to move in on the goatee and shape and sculpt it, you can see a variety of different moustaches beginning to slightly appear if you focus on the upper lip. Oh, careful of course not to accidentally turn your razor off while you're doing this. If you can see the outline of a handlebar moustache starting to come through, you can just tease away there very gently at the underbeard. There we go. Perfect. This style of facial hair very popular in the southern states of the United States of America, for example. Truckers particularly favour this. And some American rock bands. Just getting a bit more definition, there we go. And we can start to peel away the lower half of the handlebar moustache now. A good tip for doing this is to puff up your cheek full of air, like so, and that gives a rigid surface against which the pressure of the razor gives a much cleaner cut, you see. Marvellous. Coming to the end of the underbeard now. For the classic dad look. Moustache. And the little soul patch you can see starting to emerge there. The mini Frank Zappa that we like to jokingly refer to this as in the trade. Now if you just very gently move the razor closer and closer to the center of your upper lip, it will begin to just fall away in your fingers there, and we can go for a slightly engorged toothbrush moustache, which of course is a very controversial design, but regaining some popularity in certain parts of Europe and the United States recently. Anyway, we're not going to focus on the moustache today, just tweeze that away. Don't forget to tap out your razor at regular intervals, of course. And now we go on to the 3-blade system. The 3 heads working in tandem to give a very smooth finish to the cheeks and under the chin. Amazing work here. And as you can see on this occasion, we've left a slight sideburn on either side of the face, and this just gives a very nice frame to the emergent soul patch. Now wipe yourself down, and any hairs that have got up your nose, you can blow those out. And the upper lip now, again puffing out the upper lip so as to get a nice tense surface to work against with the pressure of the razor. There we go. Lovely and clean. Splendid, splendid. And you can see we really have gone for the full pendulette soul patch here. A classic staple of facial hair. All we really need now is a saxophone and we'd be away. Be sure to pick any stray hairs out of your mouth as well, as they can cause irritation. Now we get the specific styling trimmer in to pick up any loose individual spiky hairs that may have escaped the broader blade in the main electric razor. And you can really go right up the nose with this one. Give yourself a lovely little nose hair trim at the same time. Delightful. And the ears, of course, don't forget that as you get older, hairs are going to start sprouting from the inside of your ears, and these can become extremely irritating. So just curl it around inside there, and you'll be fine. And there we have it. The soul patch emerged. Magnificent. You may wish to tweak it and admire yourself at this stage. Lovely. Don't forget, of course, that the balm is an extremely necessary part of this whole shaving experience. Without it, your skin would be red raw and liable to pimples. Squeeze a globlet into your hands, rub it together, and apply liberally. Now, you may find it stings a little at first, but that's perfectly natural. And there we have it, the soul patch. thank you to our volunteer for that. And thank you for joining us for this class of Beard School. Join us again next week, where we shall be investigating armpit hair and its relation to beards. Thanks very much. See you next time.